Welcome everyone. Today what we're going to be doing is having a very short presentation on parallelism versus async and multiprocessing stuff in Python specifically. So we've got a very short presentation. Okay, so let's get straight into it. We've got the second slide here, and we're going to talk about the difference between what an IO-bound task is and what a CPU-bound task is. And depending on whether you've got an IO-bound task or a CPU-bound task, you will either choose async or you'll choose more parallelism, right? And it's important to know when to use either one. Okay, so here on the left, the first thing we have is IO-bound tasks. So what that is waiting. So the way I like to think about it is you are a computer and you make a call to something, right? Perhaps a database or another API. And you make the call and then you are waiting back for the response. Now, you're actually not doing anything. You're actually just waiting in the background. So I would say an IO-bound task is if there's some external body making you wait. Now, it could even be your local database. So you make a query to your local database, and then the database makes your program wait. So that's sort of an IO-bound task, input, output bound, right? Now, here are some examples. You've got network requests, APIs, reading files. So the file could be the other program and you're just waiting for it to be all read. WebSockets, database calls, right? Now, CPU-bound tasks. This is when you are doing the work. So you're not making any outside calls, but you're actually crunching the numbers. So, for example, you're doing math calculations or simulations, or you're going through big loops, and essentially your CPU is not waiting. It's just churning through things and actually doing work. So those are the different types of problems we can apply parallelism or async coding to. Now, so here's a little quick cheat sheet. So we're going to use threads. Now, be careful about threads, because threads in Java and C# and C++ mean something very different to Python. So threads, like the GIL is not unlocked. So there's the GIL and async. So that's where you use IO, like when you encounter IO tasks, you use async and threads. Now, if you are doing, so actually let's backtrack a bit. So, for example, if you are have an IO-bound task like a database call, you would use a library like asyncio, right? Now, for CPU-bound tasks, you would use multiprocessing, and the library is actually called multiprocessing. So this could be doing many math calculations, which you can sort of put on different CPUs and parallelize very easily, right? And the library is, again, multiprocessing. And there are other things as well we can talk about in other videos. For example, if you want something more production and you scale bigger, right? You use job queues or workers and things like that. Or if you're using big data sets, there's some data parallel libraries. Now, I'm going to keep the video pretty short, so I'm going to end it here. Now, comment below if you want to see examples of async versus parallel in actual code, or we can discuss the other two we didn't look over. Okay, so this is the end of the video, and I hope you guys understand the difference between IO-bound and CPU-bound tasks and when to use multiprocessing and async code. Okay, thanks very much.